Good morning. It's Monday again. The one of the last days of fall, if not the last day of fall. I need to check the calendar to see when the equinox actually happens. Our text for today is a long one. It's from Genesis 27, and so I'll make the message shorter in response to that. But it's a great text. 27 of Genesis. When Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his older son and said to him, "My son." And he answered, "Here I am." He said, "Behold, I am old, and I do not know the day of my death. Now then, take your weapons, your quiver and your bow, and go out to the field and hunt game for me, and prepare for me savory food such as I love, and bring it to me that I may eat, that I may bless you before I die." Now Rebekah was listening when Isaac spoke to his son Esau. So when Esau went to the field to hunt for game and bring it, Rebekah said to her son Jacob, "I heard your father speak to your brother Esau. Bring me game and prepare for me savory food, that I may eat it and bless you before the Lord before I die. Now therefore, my son, obey my word as I command you. Go to the flock and fetch me two good kids, that I may prepare from them savory food for your father, such as he loves. And you shall bring it to your father to eat, so that he may bless you before he dies." But Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, "Behold, my brother Esau is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. Perhaps my father will feel me, and I shall seem to be mocking him, and bring a curse upon myself, and not a blessing." His mother said to him, "Upon me be your curse, my son. Only obey my word, and go fetch them to me." So he went and took them, and brought them to his mother. And his mother prepared savory food such as his father loved. Then Rebekah took the best garments of Esau her older son, which were with her in the house, and put them on Jacob her younger son. And the skins of the kids she put upon his hands and upon the smooth part of his neck. And she gave the savory food and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. So he went in to his father. He said, "My father." He said, "Here I am. Who are you, my son?" Jacob said to his father, "I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Now sit up and eat of my game, that you may bless me." But Isaac said to his son, "How is it that you have found it so quickly, my son?" He answered, "Because the Lord your God granted me success." Then Isaac said to Jacob, "Come near, that I may feel you, my son, to know whether you are really my son Esau or not." So Jacob went near to Isaac his father, who felt him, and said, "The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau." And he did not recognize him, because his hands were hairy like his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. He said, "Are you really my son Esau?" He answered, "I am." Then he said, "Bring it to me, that I may eat of my son's game and bless you." So he brought it to him, and he ate, and he brought him wine, and he drank. Then his father Isaac said to him, "Come near and kiss me, my son." So he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his garments, and blessed him, and said, "See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Lord has blessed. May God give you of the dew of heaven, or of the fatness of the earth, and plenty of grain and wine. Let people serve you, and nations bow down to you. Be Lord over your brothers, and may your mother's sons bow down to you. Cursed be every one who curses you, and blessed be every one who blesses you." So, from the perspective of Esau, and this narrative goes on, and Esau comes back, and he, of course, is livid. From the perspective of Esau, a great injustice has been done to him. He was to receive the birthright, and he had traded that away for a bowl of pottage when he was hungry. Traded it to his brother Jacob, and now he has been tricked and deceived, he and Isaac, out of the blessing of Isaac. That too will go to Jacob and not to Esau. Jacob has done a great injustice to him from his perspective. And to make it even worse, his mother, Rebekah, she was the mother of twins. He's the other twin. She has betrayed him. She has done a great injustice in being a part of this plot to fool the old blind man Isaac into blessing the son he did not intend to bless. And beyond that, God has done a great injustice to him from his perspective, because God is somehow involved in this. And of course, if you read further around the narrative, you see that Rebekah has already been told that Jacob will be the one who will be going forward with the covenant, not Esau. And so Esau has a great argument that day that a huge injustice has been done to him, and he, of course, threatens to kill Jacob, which means that Jacob has to get out of there and get on the lam and head east back to the territory from which Abram had come, and spend time working for his Isaac's brother-in-law, I believe it is, Laban. And so it becomes a thing that takes many centuries to sort out. Indeed, as the Israelites saw it, Jacob was the ancestor of Israel, and the ancestor of the people of Israel. And Esau was the ancestor of the Edomites, and there was no love lost between the Israelites and the Edomites on down through history. And yet, God has bigger aims than merely the satisfaction of Esau or the acquisition of Esau of either a birthright or of a blessing. God's aims is to bring about the salvation of sinners. And God's aims will be met by the line of Israel receiving that covenant made with Abram. I bless you to be a blessing to others. By your seed, all the nations of the earth will bless themselves. God's larger aim produces a much larger justice that may not do much to console Esau in his moment of anguish. But as one looks at the bigger picture and what God's aims are, the claims of individual people fall by the wayside. God has done a wonderful and mighty act by providing for the salvation of sinners of every nation, and a generation yet unborn shall praise the Lord. Praise the Lord and have a great day. God bless.